and I think this is valuable for a lot of people to hear. But, young people are trying to figure out what they want to do. And one of the pitfalls I see them doing is either going to a career counselor, and there's a lot of buzz around, do what you're passionate about, and then you'll never work a day in your life, that kind of thing. Tougher to fully understand when you're a young person. But I think there's another way to look at it, and that is to look at the kind of lifestyle you want to have, people that have the kind of lifestyle that you want to have, and do what they do, and you'll have the lifestyle they have. Now, that being said, obviously, you're going to want to have some interest in whatever it is that they do, but better to look at the 50-year-old person and what he has, and if that's a lifestyle you think you want, or a level of comfort, and it's something you'd be interested in, or find something you'd like to do, then do that. I remember being a very confused young man, and I see a lot of people do college and they don't end up doing what they went to college for. And well, that's an enticing. I just took my daughter to college at Chapman University here recently, and I can now see why that's the case. It looks like a lot of fun to go to college.
Yes.
But you need to be there with an intention and a purpose, and not just get a degree in some field, right? So have whatever it is that you learn benefit your life long term. So accounting, finance, bookkeeping, those you can take anywhere. And then whether you major in something that ends up being a career, great. But boy, just the experience, I now see the value in the experience, right? Kids grow up in college. They do. They're away from their home. They're out of the nest. So, a little more clarity there, but it's a challenging time for kids, and to fully understand what they want to do. And I remember at 21, I thought, who is it that I know that does very, very well, has a lifestyle that I've always admired, as my friends' parents, and friends of friends or their parents. And it was real clear to me that there was a few men that I looked up to that did things that I liked. And ironically, that's what I do today. So I kind of backed into a career path or a lifestyle I wanted.
So if you to just look back over that whole journey, what would you say are you most proud of?
Well, I think any parent would say their children, right?
Right.
But and the lifestyle I've led isn't been great for my children, right? You hear about the parent who works 70 hours a week and is not with their kids very often, but in a lot of cases, that's just how it is, and you can beat yourself up about it or do the best you can with it. And I think I've managed a little bit of both, but my kids, how they've turned out, the example I've been for them, but mostly, man, there's a lot of value in having a lot of good men in your life, looking out for mentors, asking questions, and not being afraid of making mistakes.
Yeah, say a little bit more about that, because I coach lots of people, and one of the things they're terrified of is failing.
It's just failing to fail, and they won't even get started, or over planning, right? They got to plan before they get started. And we've all heard, jump off the cliff and build your parachute on the way down. And that's scary for people, but boy, there's a lot of wisdom in that, just get into it and figure it out. They talk about going to sleep and go to sleep with some problem you need solved, and your brain will fix it while you're sleeping. Right. Exactly. And it's real. It does do that. And so a lot of people think they are stuck with who they ended up being. And that is so not true.